Hey, what's up, docs? Ryan G here. Just dropped the kids off at school. And as I was driving home, I was just thinking about a quote from Abraham Lincoln. And he said, "I will prepare myself and perhaps my time will come." Now, I want you to think about that for a second, because the simple truth is that your time is going to come whether you're prepared for that moment or not. And maybe that's happened to you before. Maybe you have recognized like a really amazing opportunity that existed in the marketplace, and you saw the opportunity, but you didn't have the skills, knowledge, or the mindset to execute on that opportunity, and that opportunity just passed you by. Or even worse, you were able to see, one of your friends or family members or just somebody else be able to capitalize on that opportunity because they had taken the time to develop those necessary skills, mindsets, and habits. So the time is going to come, whether you are prepared for that opportunity or not. How does this relate to chiropractors? I speak to a lot of docs every single day, every single week. I've noticed a really disturbing trend with a lot of them. They're all struggling to attract new patients. Or the only doctors that are not struggling to attract new patients are the ones that are charging ridiculously low fees. And what's funny is they're really proud of themselves. They're like, "Oh, we're 100% referral based. I don't have to do any marketing because I get all referrals." Yeah, but you're also charging $27 for an adjustment. So that's why you don't have to do any promotion or tell anybody you exist. It's because you are charging significantly below average market rates for a chiropractor. So they're all struggling to attract new patients. They all are really struggling to stand out from the competition in a really bold and kind of aggressive way. They're all struggling to create real systems and processes in their business to consistently attract new patients. I speak to a lot of doctors who are suffering through this feast-famine cycle of, we have a ton of new patients this month, and then we have no patients. And then I have a ton of patients, and then I have no patients. I was talking to a doc last Thursday, and he said, "Ryan, we'll have a $90,000 in total collections in 1 month, and then the next month we'll have 25,000. So he's like, all the profit, all the success that I had occurred in 1 month, and I literally lose it the next month. And the reason that that's happening for that particular doctor, in my opinion, is that he doesn't have the systems in place in his business to scale. So what's happening is he's getting a lot of new patients in, but then he's got to spend the next month fulfilling on those patients because he's literally doing everything on his own. He's answering the phone, he's scheduling appointments, he's rescheduling appointments, he's signing patients into his office when they come in, he's doing the adjustments, doing the therapies, collecting the payment, scheduling the next appointment. You're doing everything. So because of that, you have a ton of new patients come in, but then you're so busy trying to take care of those new patients, you do no promotion, no advertising for the next month. And then you are suffering and can't get new patients in, because you're so busy fulfilling. So my challenge to you docs, take the time today to develop the skill sets, mindsets, and the habits so that you can have success tomorrow. The other major thing that I notice with chiropractors is that you guys are trying to dig the well when you're dying of thirst. So because you're suffering through this big feast-famine cycle, right? You're dying of thirst. You're struggling to get new patients into your practice. It's kind of like walking through the Sahara Desert. You have no water. You get to that point where you're thirsty, and then you're like really thirsty. And then you're like, man, if I don't get a glass of water like really soon, I'm going to die. Like, we have to do something right now. And then you pull out your shovel, you start digging in the sand to try to dig yourself a well so that you can survive. And I see this with docs all the time, is you're waiting until you're dying of thirst to actually take action to fix the problems in your business. All problems in your business, in your practice, can be broken down into these 4 components: traffic, conversion, ascension, retention. So traffic is, how do we advertise? How do we create awareness for you, your practice, and your proprietary solution? And then with the general public, right? And then we've got conversion. So what is your conversion mechanism to convert that traffic, the people that don't really know you, but they've expressed some interest? So that traffic conversion mechanism could be a phone call. So how your staff is answering the phone and scheduling the appointment. It could be your website if you're sending leads to a landing page or a sales funnel. It could be a in-person seminar or workshop if that's how you're converting people. So that's your conversion mechanism. So now, once you're getting people into that conversion mechanism, now we need to, and you're usually pitching like a very low ticket item, right? Like, which is your exam, which is, probably $50 or $80, whatever. So now we need to ascend those people to the higher levels of value. And the higher level of value for most of you is going to be your care plan. What is the systematic step-by-step approach process you're going to take your perfect patient through to ascend them from a $49 neuropathy exam into a $7,000 care plan? And I find that, again, another mistake that I see with a lot of these docs is that they don't really have a systemized, structured process to ascend those patients. Instead, it's kind of like, oh, I'll just figure it out as I go along, right? But that is not the key to success. That's not how you eliminate the feast-famine cycle. You've got to have a very structured, very systematic approach to identify the problem that your perfect patient has, agitate that problem, introduce your proprietary solution, then introduce your irresistible offer, and then give them a good reason to take action now. That needs to be highly structured. Leave nothing to chance. And then that last component in your business that is potentially broken is your retention. So remember, it's traffic, conversion, ascension, retention. So retention is, now you've sold the $7,000 neuropathy care plan, but how do you get that person to continue to spend money with your practice over a very long period of time? And this is called continuity. And most doctors in the chiropractic world call it your maintenance program or your wellness plan. So how do you get them to continue to come back to your practice every single month or every week to continue to receive care over a very long period of time? And just some spitball ways, I'm just going to do this off the top of my head, you could do that, is it could be an online membership. It could be a cream like subscription. So like creams that they need or supplements that they need for neuropathy. Could be that. I think that's definitely brilliant. Or it could just be, hey, we want you to come in once a month to do another exam so that we can prevent the neuropathy from coming back, right? So I don't know, I'm just making all that up off the top of my head. So that's really it, docs. Prepare yourself today. Don't be like Abraham Lincoln and say, I will prepare myself and maybe my time will come. Docs, your time is coming whether you are ready or not. So take action today. Don't wait until you're dying of thirst to start developing these systemized processes in your business for you to achieve success. Do it now. Do it before your revenue. I literally have a client right now. Their revenue went from $180,000 just a couple months ago to $60,000. I mean, so now they're freaking out. Now they're very scared and panicky and stressed. And they're like, we need new clients now. And I say, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the things, but you're trying to dig the well when you're dying of thirst, right? It's a lot easier if you dig your well and then you can get water when you need it because you know how to just dip your bucket in the well and get the water. That's what we want for you guys, right? But if you're trying to dig the well when you're at 10 minutes away from falling over and passing out, it's going to be rough. It's going to be harder, right? If you're a chiropractor and you want to eliminate that feast-famine cycle, if you want to dig the well of your practice today before you are dying of thirst, shoot me a text message, 813-789-9868, and we are going to show you how the chiropractic marketing system can eliminate this feast-famine cycle, bring in a consistent stream of new patients into your practice so that you can have the practice and the life that you really want. So that's all I've got for today, Doc. So until next time, keep moving forward.